You ever have one of those mornings where the shop smells so good you almost don't want to start the saw? Just that mix of cedar shavings and floor wax? It's better than the coffee, honestly. Happy Saturday, August 15th. Welcome back to the den.
It smells like ambition and potential sawdust, Tiger. But let's be real. By noon, it's going to smell like sweat and whatever chemical you're using to strip that old sideboard.
You're not wrong. The romanticism ends the second the orbital sander kicks in. But we've got a packed bench today. We're talking about the cordless revolution, some leadership hurdles in the auto shops, and how to actually make a buck without losing your sanity in the wood shop.
And the kitchen. We're helping the weekend warriors who are currently staring at their outdated cabinets with a mix of hope and terror. But first, let's talk about the great saw-off. You've been nerding out over circular saws all week.
Man, I remember when a cordless saw was basically a glorified bread knife. You'd get halfway through a sheet of 3/4 ply and the battery would just give up the ghost, leaving you with a scorched edge and a bad mood. But 2026? The game has shifted. We're looking at 12 different rigs: DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, Hilti, Metabo HPT, and the cord is officially a relic.
I saw the testing notes. You seemed particularly surprised by the Metabo.
It's got this torque that feels like it's trying to pull your arm into the next room. But what's wild is the precision. Used to be, if you wanted a clean finish, you went to the wall plug. Now, I'm getting edges off a battery-op Makita that look like they were prepped for a finish room. Even the Hilti, it's built like a tank, but it handles like a luxury sedan.
A luxury sedan that cuts 2x4s. But wait, Makita did something clever with a light, right? I feel like I'm always tripping over extension cords for work lights.
The tower light, Alex. It's the peace treaty we didn't know we needed. It runs on their 40V and 18V platforms. In the trades, we're all guilty of having battery anxiety, worrying if the one pack you have left will fit the tool you need. This thing just doesn't care. It's like a lighthouse for the job site that speaks 2 languages.
Speaking of things we're waiting for, saw stop. The rumor mill is churning. What's the word on the street?
They're teasing a 2026 launch that's got everyone leaning over the fence. The smart money's on a bandsaw. Think about it. The bandsaw is the one tool that still feels a bit like wrestling a shark. If they can bring that flesh-sensing magic to a vertical blade, it changes the safety math for every high school shop and custom furniture house in the country.
It's about time. I've seen your hands, Tiger. You've got all 10, but some of those scars have stories I don't want to hear.
Those aren't scars. Those are reminders of physics lessons. But seriously, if you're a pro, safety isn't a cost. It's the only way you ensure you can show up for work on Monday.
Let's shift gears to the automotive world. Continental and My Mechanic are teaming up to ditch the paperwork. As someone who loses their keys twice a day, digital workflows sound like a dream.
It's huge for the grease monkeys. But there's a snag. We're seeing a real leadership gap in the shops.
Explain that. You mean the bosses don't know how to fix the cars?
No, it's the opposite. You've got these wizards who can diagnose a vacuum leak just by listening to the idle. But when it comes to managing a team or scaling a business, they're underwater. They're trying to run a 2026 shop with a 1985 mindset.
So how do they bridge it? You mentioned SOPs, standard operating procedures. That sounds a bit corporate for a local garage, doesn't it?
Maybe, but it's the difference between a shop that thrives and one that just survives. If you're a tech looking to move up, don't just be the guy who fixes the engine fastest. Be the guy who writes down how to fix it so the new apprentice doesn't blow it up. Documentation is the ladder. If you can create a system, you're not just a mechanic anymore. You're a leader.
Okay, let's talk money. The Maker Mogul Corner. Everyone with a garage and a table saw thinks they're going to be the next big furniture brand. What's the reality check for 2026?
The reality is that custom woodworking is a black hole where profits go to die.
That's encouraging. Thanks, Tiger.
Let me finish. If you tell the world you'll build anything, you'll end up building nothing for no money. The trick this year is the niche. Don't be a woodworker. Be the person who makes handcrafted minimalist nursery furniture.
So get specific to get paid?
Exactly. When you specialize, your jigs get better, your material waste drops, and you become the expert. And for the love of all things holy, do the math before you touch the wood. I see guys buy a $300 slab of walnut, spend 40 hours on it, and sell the table for $1,000.
And once you factor in the sandpaper, the finish, and the electricity, they basically paid the customer to take the table.
They bought themselves a very expensive hobby. Use the formula. Materials plus labor plus overhead plus your profit margin. That's your wholesale. Double it for retail. If the number scares you, find a wealthier customer. Don't lower your price, raise your standards.
Let's bring it home. Literally. Weekend warriors. The kitchen is the final boss of DIY projects, isn't it?
It's the heart of the house, which means it's also the place where you can cause the most domestic friction if you leave the sink unhooked for 3 weeks.
I've been there. It's not a good look. What's a project that won't result in a divorce?
Start with the quick win. If you've only got a Sunday afternoon, build a custom serving tray, use some scrap hardwood, practice a new joinery technique, maybe some splined miters. It's satisfying, it's useful, and it won't break the bank.
And for the brave souls looking at their cabinets?
Building your own cabinetry is the single best way to 10x your home value with your own hands. But don't wing it. Use jigs. Get a pocket hole jig or a shelf pin template. Precision is your best friend when you're building boxes. And if you're not ready to rip the whole kitchen out, just do the organization win. Install some 2-tier slide outs for your pots and pans. It takes an hour, but every time you open that drawer, you'll feel like a genius.
I love that. It's the quality of life upgrades that actually make you enjoy your home.
At the end of the day, whether you're fixing a hybrid engine, selling nursery cribs, or just trying to get your kitchen drawers to shut straight, it's all about the craft. It's about doing the work in a way that makes you proud when you turn the lights off at night.
Well said. So what are you diving into this weekend, Tiger, aside from smelling the cedar?
I've got a stack of white oak calling my name for a bench commission. And maybe, just maybe, I'll finally fix that leaky faucet in the mudroom before I get evicted.
Priorities. To everyone listening, tag us in your shop photos. We want to see the sawdust, the sparks, and even the oops moments.
Especially the oops moments. That's where the real learning happens. Build it well, keep your fingers clear of the blade, and we'll see you back here next time in the TigerDen.